Right, hello and welcome to FormulaOCE. We're here for the second round of this Wednesday night championship, and we are here for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and we have 17 drivers here tonight, and we have a full qualifying session, so we're here and ready to go as I get everything up and ready. It says there's no stream title for some reason. Why is there no stream title? There's my voice. I'm just going to leave it because we don't want to screw up the stream, do we? Oh no, it says it's there. Okay. It's just my Twitch messing up, and I'm about to hear my voice again. There we go. We got 17 drivers here tonight. Championship leader Jamie's not here. And we're about to get underway for Q1 here, where 2 drivers will be eliminated here in this session. Here's Crack Bluen in the McLaren tonight. And let's see how the McLaren driver goes here tonight. Of course, he is in for hard wiggy this week. So we'll see how Crack Bluen does here tonight. First driver here tonight, Momola, 25, out there in the Mercedes as well. Edge, FRA Formula in as well tonight as well. Sparky, one of my favourite drivers in tonight as well. Dillagaff coming out on circuit now. I'd love for Dillagaff to get on the podium. Love to interview the South African. Hopefully I get to some point this season. And the McLaren's going to be one of the first ones to complete a lap here of this famed track. And we're going to go on. We're going to go on board actually here with a McLaren. Actually, let me take that off. There you go. Let's do this. This, and there you go. On board lap with Crack and Bluen here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Let's take your lap around the Bahrain Grand Prix. Turn 1, going to be where the most of the action is going to be here tonight. Into turn 2, turn 3. Hopefully no Grosjean incident happens here, even though it would be interesting for that to be put in the game. Who knows, maybe in F1 2021. So on board here with the McLaren. Tonight, be looking at times maybe in the 25s, high 25s for someone like Formula who does have pace. Be interested to see who goes on. And a little bit of a moment there for the McLaren in turn 8. Going around now, turn 9, turn 10. Difficult part of the track. Pull up the car. It could always develop into chaos. As we watch the end of this one, coming into turn 11, another possible passing opportunity, but you're obviously going to wait till you get the momentum into turn 12, 13 to get the run into 14, 15, and then get that DRS. That's what you're pretty much looking for here. As Crack Bluen now, early stages of this qualifying session because it's only Q1. Round the final 2 corners now will Crack Bluen come. And let's see what this lap time will be. DRS, and it's an invalidation. There you go. So, shame. 27.3 from Mamula. And Edge cross the line, we're 27.9 to 4. Little Teague in the other McLaren at 27.467. As I don't know why I've got the track map undone. There we go. The Fog, who's second in the championship at the moment, we'll be looking to see what he can do here tonight. Sorry, he's not second. Well, I don't think he will be second because, I don't know, points will be figured out. Because I believe he's a full-time driver now, the Fog, when last week he was only a reserve. So, as Dillagaff goes to the top with 26.6. About a second off where I think pace will be here tonight. has crossed the line and the fog goes only second, just behind his teammate. And we'll look at those gaps. Look at that, 0.020 is the margin. So very close between those guys here at the moment. Broken Reptile out there on lap, and so is Formula. Here comes Green Goats, who's a reserve here tonight. 0.72 off the lap time. Oxygen Thief begins to lap. Oxygen Thief, of course, last week had a tyre out as Kraken Blue and completes. No, he does not. Stroke race now. Let's see what he can do in the racing point. It looks like it's going to be a lift off on that lap for him as Oxygen Thief begins his lap. And Oxygen Thief now will be trying to see what he can do here tonight, if he can get a good couple of positions here and do a very good result. Of course, being a full qualified session, these boys, some who may be used to a short qualified session, can do a bigger lap, as now does Sparky improve? No, he does not. Stroke race only 10.5 seconds off the pace. Reptile begins his lap. And of course, so trying to say is that these guys, of course, now can do more than one lap. It's now Godly Fireball into the lane. Because they can do lap after lap, basically. See if they go faster and faster. It can happen. As Reptile's fastest in the first sector, I expect Formula to probably do a very good lap in the first sector as well. Here comes Oxygen Thief. Of course, Godly Fireball in for Jamie here tonight, who's of course championship leader. Oxygen Thief goes to third with a 26.817. Oh, that is a Haas off. Don't know what's happened to Sparky there. That's the end turn 10. As we watch Reptile, fastest in the middle sector. So we'll see what Reptile can do here. Reptile here tonight after missing last week. And Reptile now comes around the last two corners now. Where will Reptile place in the field? Crosses the line now. It's pole. It's a 26.2 for Broken Reptile. And that is a race. It's actually stroke race. And he is out of qualifying. And he's out of Q1. So it's now only going to be one driver who's going to get eliminated here. And Formula now on a hot lap as well. We'll watch his lap in just a matter of seconds. And let's see what Formula can do here. We'll come around the last couple of corners. And Formula will cross the line. It will be a 25.967. So up by 3/10. RL Dutchy still's not come out for his lap yet. Abyss, who was in second place last week and spinning in Australia at turn 12 in Australia, and it was a pretty big incident as Dutchy now's out there on track. His last race here tonight due to will be at work. So we'll move along here. Who's else on that? Formula's already retired, of course he has. Reptile will mostly come in and be finished for the session. And actually, did Formula retire on track? He better hope that he didn't, because I don't know if... Because I'm pretty sure if you retire on track during the... Well, who knows, we'll have to wait and see. Abyss now begins his lap. And we'll go on board here with this for a hot lap around this circuit. See how Abyss goes. Ooh, was it perfect for turn 1 and 2? Had a better run out turn number 3. Let's see where he can push on here. Through turn 4, very nicely. And it's 27.986. And Abyss will be looking to see. Oh, has a big moment. That is a big moment for Abyss there. And that will not help him there. But he's still got many more chances here to go for another lap. As we'll go on board with here with RL Dutchy and see where Dutchy can go here in this session. Dutchy now with a 27.8. That is a purple first sector for the Red Bull driver. I did say 25s would be whereabouts it would be here tonight, and it's looking like it. Now into turn 10. It's looking like a nice lap here at the moment because the top guys, as you would have saw on Sunday, a lot of the top guys just doing one lap in the session and then retiring, knowing that the time was probably going to be good enough. But most of these guys will be probably most of these guys will probably retire early in the session, the top guys, because it's only going to be one person eliminated since Stroke race is out. As now we'll watch Dutchy here, fastest middle sector. This could put him to the top of the order. Dutchy now around the last two corners. Let's see where the Red Bull driver can go. Is it to the top? No. 0.029 off FRA formula. So he'll be disappointed in that, but it's P2 at the moment. But it's a banker lap. Get the lap time in and get yourself into Q2. That's the important thing. Sparky's going around on a few laps at the moment as well. Kruder's out there at the moment, Kruder Karma. This might be the end of his lap, I believe so. Let's see where Kruder can go. Goes P12. So Kruder goes up into P12 here. And Kruder looking pretty good here at the moment. Mark Pin out there on a hot lap. So the one who's really in the bubble right now is Abyss. Abyss wants to make sure he gets into Q2 because the number one person at the back, as Sparky's around again, I think Sparky, it's time to come in and put a new fresh set of soft tyres onto. Godly Fireball out there as well, and we're in the slow stages here of this one. Everyone is taking things a bit easy, knowing that there is still a bit to go. Half of the grid are pretty much, I'd say probably, I think from Green Goats downwards is you'd come out again. That's just my gut feeling. If you're Green Goats downwards, I think you'd come in, or maybe Edge downwards. I think that's probably a fair amount. I think Edge. Okay. I think from 11th down to pretty much last, you want to come out and do a lap here. Especially with times. So let's have a look at the times here. 27s. I felt there's still a few guys out there that could probably get into the 27s. So maybe Green Goats downwards just to be safe to come out and do a lap. But remember, it's only one driver that is going to get eliminated here because Stroke Race is already out of the session to complete the lap time here. So we'll watch Godly Fireball here and see where he can go. Got Sparky up ahead who's still out there on 3 lap old tyres. Sparky's must be just hoping that he can get through. He must be confident with his lap time. Godly Fireball now in the Mercedes. Looking quite nice here at the moment. He's got to make sure that Haas does not get in his way. And it's a reasonable middle sector. It's not purple because this game's just lying. That Haas gets out of the way at the right time. He better well be, because that would have been ugly if he didn't. What am I pressing right now? As we'll watch Godly Fireball here. This should move him up into that very good safe zone in the top 8. Maybe even 7th. Yeah, P8. So he just misses out there. Mark Pin now. Does he move up? No, it's only P14. But Kraken Blue and as well still to come out in a lap. And Abyss now 105.7. 105.7.FM. It sounds like a radio station number. Comes around the final corner. And Abyss now, it's not going to be a great lap time, but it will be enough to get him in. Only P9. So Mugpin's got to go again, and he is going again. Edge is going now. It's supposed to set, so yeah, so it's pretty much been 8th downwards who have come out, as I expected. And Sparky's just all over the place at the moment. Trying to find out who's going to be the next one to cross the line. Is Godly gone again? Godly's gone again. So we'll watch Godly Fireball here. 2/10 improvement. That's what I said about full qualifying. You can improve on a second lap time. And he might have a little bit of a slipstream here off the McLaren. And that's Kraken Bluin, who is about to complete his lap. He's the one in the danger zone. Highway to the danger zone is now Godly Fireball. Does improve, but it's not a position up here at the moment. Sparky, I don't know what Sparky is. So Mugpin is in. Mugpin is gambling. He will be safe. Edge now. Let's see what Edge could do here. So Mugpin and Sparky are gambling on Crack Bluin, not improving. Which we'll watch. Does Crack Bluin improve? It's not telling me. Nice game. Let's watch Edge here, and Edge goes P9 ahead of his teammate. Because it's saying Crack Bluin's on a hot lap. I'm trying to see what the lap time is at the moment. It's a 28.6. It's an improvement. It's an improvement at the moment. He's not on a hot lap. This game is lying to me. He is improving. So, but is it going to be enough to beat the Racing Point and the Haas ahead of him? Needs to improve by 1.4, around 1.4, 1.5 seconds to get a good lap time in here. Let's see that middle sector because the game hates me. No, he must still be on a hole. I don't understand. I just don't understand. He's not on a hot lap because I saw him on his hot lap beforehand. Well, watch see what he does here, what the game will tell me he will do. Apparently he's on a hot lap now and his lap time's 1:23. That's fantastic. This game is confusing. Green Goats is in. Green Goats didn't need to improve. Abyss is gone again. Godly Fireball's in. Oxygen's gone out. I don't know why he has. He doesn't need to. I hope that looks like a fresh set of softs to me. So, interesting decision. Again, I don't understand this timer. Well, he did improve, Crack Bluin. Now it tells me he did improve by like 4/10, so he might be out of qualifying actually. Unless he improves on this lap time. But we can't really tell because the game does not like us today. Edge, by the way, improved to P7. Oxygen Thief is out there on a lap time again. But what's the point? It's just for pride, really. Crack Blue now comes around here. And I don't know if that's good or not. Let's have a look. Has he improved? The game's not telling me. Of course it isn't. Is it going to be Stroke Ace race and Crack Bluin out of qualifying here in Q1 for the Bahrain Grand Prix? I think it will be. It will be. But he's on another lap. I'm so confused. Help chat. Oxygen Thief cross the line, goes P4. But again, that's just for pride. Edge is now out there at the moment. As Edge comes around. Don't want to hit the wall, Edge. You'll be out. You'll be out. That was lucky. Oh my goodness me. So it says Crack Blue, it's on a hot lap, but he isn't. So that is the end of qualifying. That is the end of qualifying right there, folks. Formula will be on top, and Crack Bluin and Stroke Race will be out of Q1. And Stroke Race will be the drunk driver of the night, a whopping 11.2 seconds off the pace. Indeed. As we wait for Crack Blue to finish off his lap here, hopefully the lobby's not broken. We might have to tell him to leave the session so it doesn't ruin everything. Comes around the last corner. Please give him the checkered flag. Oh my god. Well, as they say, fans, we're fucked. So we're just going to wait and see. Hopefully the game allows us to continue on here. If not, well, we're screwed. As... There we go. So it should fix it. No, it won't. So we have to tell Crack Blue to leave the session. If any of the admins are watching, please tell him to leave the session. Hey? Well, fans, we're fucked. Right, so we are in a predicament. There we go, he's down left the session. So we could still do a Q2 and a Q3 here. And there's the results here for Q1. Crack Blue and Stroke Race out of the session. So now it will be 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. And look how close it is between, especially 5th down to 11th. So, oh no, not really. But it'll be interesting to see how things go in Q2 coming up right now. Right, so we're back at it again here. Q2 about to get set. 15 minutes on the clock. And the question is what is everyone going to do for tyre strategy? Now the thing is about this track is that softs to hards you can do. Trust me, softs to hards you can do. But you might see some go the alternate and go the mediums to hards, which will be the better strategy. Guys like Formula, Reptile, Dutchy, maybe someone like Oxygen, maybe Abyss can go on the medium tyres. But it's a tyre strategy that sometimes works, sometimes doesn't, as Kruder now has begun out there on his lap. So we've got 3 drivers out there on the softs right now, Formula, Kruder and Edge. Sparky's strategy of 5, doing 5 laps out there on softs, worked for him. I don't expect this time to see him doing that again. I just don't. But we'll keep an eye out and see where things lie here in this session. Abyss out there on the mediums. I've not put fitted, that's why. Everyone's pretty much on the mediums. There we go. So we got pretty much except for four drivers, 3 drivers now. Everyone's pretty much doing their medium lap now, but I feel like half the grid will change for them. I just feel like it will change here at the moment. Formula now on his medium slap will be looking to get into the 25s if he can on this medium tyre run. Sparky out there on the softs. Sparky, Mamula and Muckpin, the only 3 out there doing a soft lap now. They've pretty much waved the flag and saying, well, we think that, that we think we don't need to go on the medium tyres. We're going to go on the soft tyres and get our lap time done here right now. So we'll see Sparky here on these softs. The Haas driver. Sector 28.4. Not brilliant from Sparky. Formula out there as well. But where is Edge? Edge will be the first one across the line to complete a lap time. Do not forget, some of these drivers may only do 2 timed runs. So that's a Haas. Is it Sparky? It is. Sparky off where Lance Stroll rolled in the famous race a couple last year. I was about to say a couple of years ago, but it was last year. Edge fastest in the middle sector, but I'm expecting Formula to do better than that. And Edge is not on a great lap time here. You're going to see a lot of these drivers probably do back-to-back laps maybe on these mediums, which you can do. You can afford to do that, as the Renault's around as well. Edge will cross the line now. It's only a 28.7. Formula crosses the line, it's a 26.2. He can pack up, he's done with a 26.2. Sparky, Greengate's down out there on his medium run tyre, and it was Kruder who spun, and it's most likely he actually spun at out of turn 12. So don't want to retire, mate. As a 39.3 from Sparky. Watch Abyss here. Abyss out there on the medium tyres. Abyss will be looking to get close as he can to Formula on these mediums, but it's all about getting that good lap time. Godleague does a 28.2. Abyss only a 27.8. So Abyss not on the pace on the medium tyres at the moment. Reptile getting himself ready for his lap. Dutchy with a 27.2. So a second off Formula's lap time there, as we now see Oxygen Thief cross the line to start his lap. Green Goats on his lap now, as Mamula actually goes to P3 in the Mercedes. As the Alfa Romeo is off the pace. Green Goats now is out there on a lap time, and Green Goats, where will he go in the third sector? We'll be hoping to get up near the Abyss pack, maybe in the middle of the 2, 3, 4. Comes around the last 2 corners now, and Green Goats, let's see what he can do here. Green Goats cross the line. It's only P6. It's going to be very tight between these guys at the moment. In terms of lap time, let's see how Sparky goes P7 on his second flying lap on the softs. Oxygen Thief now. Got a bit of traffic up ahead. This could be a bit of a worry for him. That Racing Point better get out of the way. It really hasn't. That Racing Point's hurt. The Red Bull there, that's poor from the Racing Point driver there. He should have seen that Red Bull coming. And that Red Bull might get a little bit of a toe off his teammate. It's kind of, but it's not really going to work. It's only a 28.1. And I feel like that Racing Point did cost Oxygen Thief's lap time there, to say the least, definitely. So there might be a few words in the steward's box after this one. So Dilligaf now about to start his lap. And let's see where Dilligaf can go. Reptile has come back in, so I don't know why Reptile's back in the lane. something may have happened to Reptile as we'll go on board here with Dilligaff, who's about to close up. Well, actually, Green Goats is done for the session, and so is Sparky. Oxygen Thief done as well. So Kruder's on a lap time. So we'll watch and see what Kruder can do with 8 minutes to go in the session. The Renault driver coming around the last corner now. So let's see what the Renault driver can do. 28-1. That's a pretty good first sector. Don't think that's purple, is it? Yeah, it's not. But still 28-1's a pretty good first sector to have. And be looking to see what he can do here if he can move up. Dilligaff now trying to see what he can do as well. And Reptile's now back out there on those medium tyres. Let's see where the Renault driver can go here. Coming up to the second sector split. A little bit sideways. Not the best middle sector, but let's see where he can go. If he can try and get up with the Oxygen Thief Green Goats pack. How's Dilligaff? Let's see how Dilligaff goes as well. Kruder will cross the line. I'll stick with Dilligaff here. Kruder will cross the line and he'll go P7, 27.991. Where does Dilligaff go? The South African will cross the line. It's a 27.914. That middle pack very close. Very, very close. Look at that. 27.8, 27.9, 27.937, 27.9, 27.9. 4 drivers in the 27.9s on the medium tyres. So that's very impressive to see. Edge is back there out there on mediums. Trying to see if he can move his lap time. Reptile now begins his lap. And let's see where Reptile could go if he could get close to Formula here. First corner. Pretty nice for the first corner. Turn 2. Turn 3. Let's see how he goes in the first sector. We saw 27.7 he'll be looking for here. If he get close to that, he'll be very happy. Crosses through. It's only a 28.1 in the medium tyres for Reptile. So Reptile will be trying to see if he can improve there. It's not a fast middle first sector. I don't know what the game's saying that for. I'll be saying that because Formula retired from the session. So as Edge now trying to improve on his medium tyre lap. What can Edge do here? Round the last 2 corners. Does he improve? I don't think he will. Well, no, he actually could improve here. Actually, but not by much. It's only 2 tenths, so pointless lap time there, really, from Edge. Just wasting time, that is. As Reptile now. We want to get out of the bubble here. 27.2 was Dutchy on mediums. What does Reptile do? Crosses the line. Now it's a 27.1. So Reptile goes to second and Dutchy in third. Dutchy and Mamula on soft tyres, but I really don't think they need to come out on softs anyway. But you may want to go the different strategy compared to formulas. Sparky now out there on a lap time. Let's see where Sparky can go. Edge is still continuing on here. I suspect he will be pinning this lap for a fresh set of soft tyres. Sparky just outside, just on the brink here on P10. And Sparky now in the halves will be looking to see where he can improve if he can get up in the pack. Force these medium tyre runners to get on the soft tyres. It's 1.8 now, so it's not a great lap for Sparky here at the moment. But he has set himself up though for a second lap. As Edge, no, that's qualified, pulling to the side. Muckpin out there on a lap time now, so Muckpin now, we're seeing what he can do here on the set of soft tyres. Has Reptile gone again? No, he has not. So Reptile will be done for the session. And Sparky now's going. I'm pretty sure Sparky's going to go. Or will he? We'll have to wait and see here. Round turn 4. Let's see where Sparky's lap time will be. Driver 0.1 up. So Sparky's on it. But let's watch the racing point driver, Mark Pin. Now, round turn 10. 29.0 needs to find at least over a second. Or we'll have to make sure he can secure a Q3 spot. That top 7 still, it's a bit 0.6 up. It's not a fastest middle sector game flying. So, I still think from probably 5th downwards you'd have to come out. I feel like the top 4 are safe. I think 5th downwards you want to come out just in case the lap time is the best proves that point. Muck Pin cuts the line and only P11. He will most likely go again, or we'll lift off and wait to go again next time around. And the only reason why maybe the other top 4 might come out is if they do not want to start on the mediums. So, and Reptile's going to be starting on the medium tyres. Do Dutchy and Mamula come out onto the softs? They do have soft selected. As Sparky's around. Sparky did improve, by the way, 27.9. So it's very close between the pack, but Oxygen Thief is down to P12. Oxygen Thief is one who can definitely improve. And same with Edge and also the Fog, who's actually out there on a set of medium. So he's hoping that his run here on these medium tyres will work. And he'll get into Q3. Godly Fireball now. Where does he go? Green Goats is about to go for another lap, I believe. Golly Fireball, that's an invalidation. Yes, it is. And he was 0.1 up. That could have maybe been enough to get him in to Q2. Cruder's retired. He's done. So he's hoping that the guys behind him don't improve. It would have been a 28.15. It would not have been enough for Golly Fireball. Mark Pin is done. So he's out of qualifying. He's done and dusted. Oxygen Thief is out there. So Dutchy and Mamula is out there. Where are they on track? They will just make it, or it's going to be a stretch to make it. It's going to be a real stretch to make it, actually, for those two. Well, watch here. Dutchy. Yeah, they should make it. They should. Dutchy's going to be very close to making it. 11, 10, 9. But timing difference could be a little bit different as well, so they should be safe anyway. Mamula makes it and Dutchy makes it, so they're deciding to qualify on the softs. Abyss has validated his lap time. Edge is around. That's it for Edge. No, well, it was down to P14 anyway, so doesn't matter. So what's the situation here? Oxygen Thief. Does he improve? Round the last corner for Oxygen Thief. Does he get into Q3 and take out the Renault driver easily with a 26.557? Edge is done. Now the Fog. Where does the Fog go? The Fog will be looking to see if he can hopefully improve, gets a good lap time in here to get into Q10. Needs to be a 27, and it looks like it will be. Crosses the line now. Yes, 27.2, just behind Reptile's fast lap. Dutchy slows down. He's not going on the mediums. Mamula though, Dutchy will be qualifying on. He'll be on the mediums at the start of the race. Mamula is going to be on the softs here, because he's sort of purple middle sector, but I don't think it's actually purple. Crosses the line. It won't be P1, but it will improve into P3. And they didn't really need to because they would have been safe. As we wait for the Red Bull, just cross the line. Smart man. And that is the end of Q2, and now we move on to Q3. Here in qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix for Wednesday night's FormulaOCE Championship. So, after all that, the only two that were on sauce are Oxford and Mamula. So, whenever Oxford and Mamula qualify, they'll be ones to watch at the start of the Grand Prix. Rest of the grid pretty much mediums, and the ones who are out: Sparky, Cruder, Muckpin, Godly Fireball, and Edge, who'll be outside the pack for the race. And now we move on to our top 10 for Q3. Right, so we're here for Q3. Top 10 shootout about to begin, and we're about to see who will take pole position here for the Bahrain Grand Prix here on Wednesday Night League. As we set up the tyres, obviously they will be all on softs. And things will get set here for this one. So Delgaf out there, Dutchy out there, Mamula out there. And we're about to get set here for this one. Who's your prediction for pole position? It's going to be exciting. It's very close to that mid-pack range at the moment. I think the battle between probably fifth downwards will be very close. Little T into Q3 as well. Abyss out there as well. And we've got Mamula out there as well. Reptile and Formula Green Goat's now making his way out for this final qualifying session. Dutchy will be the first one across, start a lap time here. And let's get set here and watch. Nope, there we go, there we go. So let's get set here and watch. The Red Bull driver will go on board, see what he can do here for this one. And we'll keep the track map up as well so we can see if he does invalidate. Round turn 1. It's where the action will be on lap 1 of this Grand Prix, where everyone will be vying for position. Let's see where the Red Bull can do here on his final race here tonight, as he will be on work commitments from next week. Round turn 4, come up turn 5. First sector is only a 27.7. So, not an overly... It is a good first sector, but you would want, I think 25s will be where you want to get pole position here tonight. If you can. Through turn 10, this is where it will be very tight in these opening stages of this Grand Prix. Dutchy now seeing what he can do here. Through turn 11, very nicely through turn 11. He's got a Ferrari up ahead of Reptile, but I don't think that will be an issue. 4, 9, 1, 2 in the middle sector. Dutchy now comes around the turn 13 and will be on the straight here now for turn 14, 15 and see what lap time he can do here. Red Bull now will cross the line. It looks like Abyss is around as it's a 26.3, the first lap time of the session. It's actually not Abyss, it's Dilligaff. South African around. Mamula now. Where does Mamula can go? Mercedes. Austria Fleet cars through. Mamula now. Can he contest Dutchy's lap time? No, we can't. Fog goes to the top with 25.9. Here's Abyss. I missed the Fog there. I do apologise. Abyss crossed the line. It's only 26 is for Abyss. Little T crosses the line. It's third for Little T. So Little T goes P3. A very good lap time there by Little T. Of course, Little T is struggled last week, and Little T will want a good result here tonight. And P3 so far is looking good. Green Goats now crosses the line. It's going to be P5 for Green Goats, a second off the lap time. Reptile, it's not a good middle sector. It might say purple, but it's not, because Fog would have been around the 104s, 104.6s with his middle sector. Reptile comes around the final corner. I feel like it's only going to be around third or fourth here. Yeah, not a great lap time. 26.4. It's only P4 for Reptile. So Reptile is not going to be happy with that, as Abyss has spun. And the first round of lap times as Abyss spins his car. Spin, spin, spin. Crash, crash, crash. As the great Murray Walker would say. And Formula, I believe, is maybe out for the race, maybe. So that's my belief, I think. I think he's out. So Formula will be out of this race and won't be contesting this race, I believe. But he's still in the lobby, so... 6 minutes and 26 seconds to go. And we have a 25.948 for the Fog on top at the moment here in Q3. And drivers now will be all in waitingness to see what goes down here in this last 6 minutes here in qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix. As we just wait and see here for everyone to make their way out. Dilgaff is now out there on a lap time, so could have an extra set of softs, Dilgaff. Possibly. And Dilgaff now, oh, bit of a slide there. Only drive around on circuit here. And we'll watch what the AlphaTauri driver can do here for this one. 4 minutes to go. The Fog on top here at the moment with 25.948. As Dilgaff will begin his lap time here, and we'll watch and see how he will go. He could maybe even just lift off a little bit. He could even just lift off a little bit and just go for a second lap later, but no, he's going for it now. So Dilgaff begins his lap. Let's see what Dilgaff can do here. Looking pretty nicely here at the moment, Dilgaff. Well, the first few courses we see what he can do here. 27.9. Very good first sector. Not top of the pops here at the moment, but he'll be looking to see where he could possibly lie in this one. Very nicely through turn 10. Little T's out there, Green Goat's out there as well. And the rest of the pack will be in very shortly. And let's see where Dilligaff can go. The AlphaTauri driver now coming up to the end of the second sector here. It's a nice middle sector, but it's not going to be enough for pole. But it could be enough to put him maybe P2 if he gets a good run here for the final two corners. Let's see, the AlphaTauri driver now with a very nice helmet, I must say myself. Crosses the line, it's P3. He could maybe lift off and go for another lap. He does have time to do that. Green Goats must have just done a lap as well, I don't know. Little T now out there on lap time. And a 27.9. Very good first sector from Little T. And Little T 71 now looking to see what he can do here. In this one, 0.47. He could maybe sneak up into second if he can. Red Bull moves aside. Everyone better make sure they come out because there's still 2 minutes to go. But on their screens, it could be like 2:20, you know, because nice timing compared to spectating and everyone else on track. It's Little T now. See what he can do very nicely. Almost didn't hit the curb, but wasn't great for turn 10. 2/10 down, and this might not be where he wants to be. This Green Goats improved. No, Green Goats is done. Green Goats is done for the session. Everyone's now out there on track for the chance for pole. Little T, does he improve? It's a no. 0.1, but fastest in the last sector, actually. So that middle sector just cost him. Will he go again? Watch the end of this. He can go again. No, he doesn't need to use these tyres. We'll keep an eye on Ostrafit because Ostrafit's going to be the next one across the line. And yeah, he does go again. 27.8. That's a purple middle sector. Little T. Looking quite nicely here. Oxygen Thief. 27.8. So this is going to be a very close battle here for pole. Dilgaff goes again as I expected. Little T, can he pull it up here at turn 10? Yes, he can. Needs a good middle sector here, Little T, to put him into pole position. What did Dilligaff do? Let's have a look. Dilligaff 28.0, so not great first sector for Dilligaff. That middle sector is just not working out for Little T. The Fog's middle sector's been perfect, and Little T's just not fantastic here at the moment. Let's see where he can go. Can he improve? This will be the last lap for him. Crosses the line. It's not an improvement. Oxygen Thief. He's also on a good lap. Is it pole? No, it's a 26.1. Mamula now. Let's see where he can go in the first sector. It's an invalidation. Could have been very good from him, but it wasn't good enough. Here comes Dilligaff now. Round the last corner. Is it enough to move up a couple of positions? He'll be dragging that car. He doesn't prove to P3. Next one's going to be Reptile. 10th up in the middle sector. But is it enough for pole position? Fog will be behind. Reptile goes second. And this will be pole for the Fog. 25.5. Dutchy, does he improve? He's 5/10ths up. He goes to pole. 25.516. Gets pole by 0.042. Abyss cross line goes peak 3. And Mamula, he's invalidated lap time. He will have to sit at 9th place. And that is it for qualifying. And Dutchy is on pole by 0.042. And Abyss, Reptile, Oxygen Thief probably will be a little bit disappointed with their lap times. So there we go, there it has it. And now we get set for the Grand Prix. Right here, right now, and it's pole position for Dutchy. So there we go, there it has it. So it's Dutchy with pole position, only just over the fog. Abyss in third place. Broken Reptile in fourth. Then we got Oxygen Thief, Delegaff, Little T, Green Goats, and Mumula. That is the field here for the Bahrain Grand Prix. As we're now on the grid for this one. Drivers will get themselves ready. Formula has left the session. I don't know why the game said he was still in the session. Look, it still says he's still in the session. Is he still in the session? See, it doesn't say on my screen, but in the race director it does. This game's just confusing. So we've got 18 drivers. Elon now is in the lobby. So the big story in all this is that top four all on mediums, Ostrafif on the softs, and Mamula on the softs as well. That's going to be the story to play out here in this session. What do the guys outside the top 10 do? Or outside the top 9, I should say, since Formula's not in the lobby anymore. What do they do? Hard's on for Edge. It's going to be the story of can they stay away from the first lap drama. It's going to be on at turn 1. Is where we're going to watch out here at the moment. So I don't know if the Fogs points from last week will stay from last week when he finished second or not. But at the moment, the best man in the championship, if Fogs points from last week, will be Austrian Thief with 15 points and Dilgaff. So it is going to be on here in this Grand Prix as everything's set up for you. And there you go. Oh, don't want to get too crazy at the start. What? Is that the... Oh, I don't know. Golly, Fireball on the softs and Edge on the hards. You can do softs to hards here. You absolutely can. But the mediums to hards will feel a bit nicer for you. Especially in the long run of this race. There you go. That gives you an idea. Or you can do the two-stop. It says softs, medium, mediums. But you can do softs to hards here. You can. You absolutely can do softs to hards here. Edge will be looking for hards to softs. That's what he'll be looking out for, but safety cars could play a factor. There was a safety car last week which caused absolute chaos in the wet, and I believe there was also a virtual. If I'm mistaken, I do apologise. So prediction for the race, I think we're going to see, either Dutchy or Fog on top. I'm not going to predict who will come out the victor, but I think one of those two will be on top. And the battle will be between Abyss, Reptile, Ostrafif, and I think Dilgaff, and maybe even Little T for that third position. Penalties can play a factor here, but not as much. It's just all dependent on if you're a little bit cheeky with your track limits, which you can be here, especially out of that corner back there, out of turn 13. So you can be a bit cheeky here, but it's not really a big factor. So it's Dutchy versus the Fog versus Abyss, who is spun out of the final corner. That's not how you want to start your formation lap. Then it's Reptile and it's Oxygen Thief. So watch out, the Abyss is probably not going to get a good start off the line here. And that could turn this race into utter bedlam, utter chaos. So it's Dutchy versus the Fog on the front row. 29 laps of the Bahrain Grand Prix is about to get set. And we're about to get underway. What will go down here in this one? 29 laps. It's Red Bull versus AlphaTauri as we are racing in Bahrain. As I expected, Abyss did not get the best start, but Dutchy gets a great start. Great start by the Red Bull driver. He gets the jump over the Fog, and he will hold into turn one. But let's have a look at the chaos. I think Reptile's got damage. There's damage everywhere. Cars everywhere. McLaren around. And that was Little T. I've put the mucker on him. And there was just freaking craziness everywhere. Muck pins around. I feel like there's at least 10 drivers. Probably not 10, but I think about 5 or 6 drivers have got damage and all that. Oh my goodness me, Reptile's got damage. Godly Fireball, he's moved back down a bit here. And now Oxygen Thief trying to move up here and see if he can help his teammate, who's, of course, he's on sauce. Edge out of nowhere's in P6. There was just cars everywhere. Oh no, Dilligaff and Kruder side by side. That's a bit ugly, and it's turning to more ugliness. The Stewarts might have a bit to say in this one. As now Godly Fireball now moves up into P4. Was there a bit of contact? Because Abyss has had a bit of a moment. May not have been, but it's turning a battle in there. Looks like Little T does have damage, and Sparky goes for it. Cars going up and down the field, 4 moves, and it's worked out. Elon, and there's another, it's Stroke Race. The Racing Points have not had a great jump to this one. Positions changing left, right, and centre. It's insane as the Ferrari's gone very deep there. Look at this. Cars absolutely everywhere. And look at that. 3 cars ahead. Sorry, 2 cars ahead pitting. Absolute chaos as Reptile is in. So it's actually only 2 cars. Dilligaff. So it's actually only 2 cars that have got damage. Little T's gone away with damage. So it looks like the drivers may have only gotten light damage throughout the field. Might have only been light damage throughout the field, possibly. Maybe, who knows? As now Formula's car's now popped back up. But I don't think Formula's in the lobby anymore. Well, he might be, actually, I don't know. No, he's not. No, he's not. Okay. The game's just confusing me. As now Fogger's got to worry about Oxygen Thief here. So Red Bull are on a charge here. Trying to keep this AlphaTauri driver out of position, because that's going to be big. It's going to help Dutchy up ahead, and because Oxygen Thief can go to the end with softs to hards. So this is going to be the story between this top 3 here at the moment. There could have been other drivers in this battle as well, but whatever happened at turn 1, as I said, has just turned this race upside down. Reptiles on the medium, Dilligaff on the hards. It's going to be very tough for Dilligaff to get home in the end on the hards, as there's chaos behind again. I don't know. Okay, this game's confusing. Lap 3 of 29, the DRS will now be in effect as we watch Oxygen Thief here. Oxygen Thief, Little T down into the lane. I swear, I thought I saw Little T have damage, but he must not have, but he might have just got damage now at some point, and he will go on the hard tyres and try to go to the end. It could have been a much better result for Little T. Yes, none of Yellow Flag in the third sector. I don't know why I keep saying Yellow Flag third sector for. Oxygen Thief needs to get past the Fog here as quickly as possible, because it just needs to. It's going to be very important, as the game might be screwing up here because this keeps saying third sector Yellow Flag. Oxygen Thief needs to get past, because those softs will not be as good compared to the mediums at one point. And he needs to move up here at the moment. And there's a McLaren around, it's Little T. Oh dear. It was a great race, great qualifying from Little T. And now things have just gone downhill for him. Stroke Race, it looks like, has had a bit of a moment. So things are all happening here. So Elon and Kraken Bluin. Crack Bluin now goes up into P9 in this Grand Prix. So craziness already. Edge is in a very good position here at the moment in this Grand Prix. He's up 9 positions, but Godly Fireball up 10 though. And the big story, 11 positions down, Reptile, Dilligaff, and Little T. So Elong and Kraken Bluin going out of here again. Edge has gone past his teammate. So is there some team orders there? Edge now going past his teammate. Edge needs for there not to be a safety car till late in the race. If a safety car happened now, he would be screwed. And it looks like to me those softs are now starting to, the medium's starting to come into play now because the fog is closing in on Dutchy. But the problem is, for Dutchy, is he's helping out the fog with DRS, which is screwing his teammate behind. But nothing much Dutchy can do about that anyway. As we watch here, Oxyfield trying to get closer and closer to this pack. And now the two teammates are going at it again. This is just costing them time. This goes Red X. He goes Red X again. And Edge is now ahead of his teammate. What is going on? Godly Fireball, as we saw in qualifying, what did he do in qualifying? No, was it Gold Fireball? Might have been Mumbler, I don't know. It might have been Gold Fireball actually, who did that in qualifying, but let's watch the fog. This is his best opportunity to go for the move for the lead. Should get this done quite easily. Dutchy will find him back. No, it's not enough. So the fog now goes to the race lead. Oh, has a bit of a moment. Goes a bit deep, but Dutchy wasn't able to find him back. And that gives the fog the lead here at the moment. And all Dutchy has to do is just stay with him. The softs now starting to die for Oxygen Thief. So his opportunity has gone past for him. But these two now will battle out here. For Dutchy, he has to stay within that range, that DRS range here, to stay in a good position. Oxygen Thief's caught back up now. So it's still back to a three-way fight, but I don't expect Ostrofeet to battle his teammate unless anything goes down for the fog. It's now a lot of the leaderboard is messing up quite a bit, and there's a lot of yellow flags going on here at the moment, so it is a bit frustrating to focus here at the moment, folks, but we will go stick with it. Dutchy now closing right up here on fog. But see, that's all he has to do here. Oh no, Green Goats. Has he had a moment? Edge is almost spun. Might have been Abyss who had a moment. Yeah, I think it was Abyss. So Abyss might have had a moment there. And that has hurt him. Dutchy now with DRS. But look at that ERS compared to the fog. That could cost him. But he could get the move done here. Change for the lead once again. It's DRS train versus DRS train, basically. That's all it's going to be between these two. And Oxygen Thief could maybe look and try and go for the undercut. But look at this. Fog now looks. Helicopter shot here. Let's have a look. But doesn't do it. Around the outside there would have been very difficult at turn 4. Could he get the run here to go for the move here at turn 8? Not close enough. Oh, little moment. That's helped Oxygen Thief slightly. And Godly Fireball is still there behind. So Godly Fireball still in this fight if this battle up front goes very hectic. So Godly Fireball will be trying his absolute hardest to get in that DRS range because that will help him. And Abyss has gone past Green Goats for P6. So I don't know what these Alfa Romeo drivers are doing. They don't know. As now we'll watch here back for the lead. And meanwhile, Crack Bluin has got the move done. Looks like a turn 10 over Sparky. So if he did get that turn 10, great move. Great job. So we move back up to the front. The fog Trying to close up here on Dutchy here for the lead. The fog now looks... not enough. Not enough just yet. And Oxford now closing right up here on this battle as well. So, top three all close to each other here at the moment. And we're only on lap 7, and it's back to 2.5 for Godly Fireball. So Godly Fireball's got to stay focused here and trying to move himself up through the field to try to help him in a good position later in the race. The fog now closing in here. We'll be staying in under DRS to get the chance for the move here on Dutchy before their pit stops here, which pit stops will be coming up very soon, especially for the soft tyre runners. As we'll look back down the field here, Kruder now, Green Goats. Passing up here on edge. The Alfa Romeo drivers in a weird situation here at the moment. Second down the margin between Austria Thief and the Fog, so Austria Thief may be starting to struggle. Well, let's see Kruder. Does he look for a possible move here on Green Goats soon? I don't know, it's going to be close to see. Does Austria Thief come in? Yeah, he does. So we'll watch and see if an undercut works. Golden Fireball stays out, surprisingly. And now the Fog does not have to worry about the other Red Bull behind him. Here comes Kruder. DRS will be enabled. Doesn't use his DRS, surprisingly. He needs it. It would have helped him to close up on Green Goats for P6. But maybe he wants to stick behind for the time being. And then just close back up on his teammates. So, I don't know. Austria Thief now. Clear track. 7.8 seconds. Look at the margin to the lead, 25.5. If he gains margin on those two, because he could easily get ahead of them. As our Reptile now moves up into P12, he's hoping for a safety car to get him back in this race. As Abyss is now P7. What has happened to the Alfa Romeo? Well, that's awkward. I'm just waiting to see if he jumps back ahead out of nowhere. This time moves Edge into P4. So, yeah, maybe a bit of a moment there for him. They're in. Oh, Dutchy does the... He does the how do you do and says, I'm coming in. No, I'm not. Whoop! Moment there as Godly Fireball now is in. And Dutchy now trying to trick the Fog into coming into the pits. But I don't know if he wants to do that actually, because does he want his teammate to jump him? It's an interesting story, isn't it? As our Godly Fireball's in on the medium. So Godly Fireball is going the alternate strategy. 25.5 by the way. Austria Thief is not catching in that margin. They're not catching as Kruder and Green Goats go at it here at the moment. So Austria Thief is not getting an undercut benefit here at the moment. He's not gaining time on these two. These mediums are still in good form and are now pushing along nicely. Lap 29 of this Grand Prix, 9 of 29 of this Grand Prix. And now we'll watch to see what these two do. 25.2 now between them and Austria Thief. Austria Thief needs to get around the 23-second marker, I think, if he wants a chance at jumping these two in the pits. But he's got 1 second of Abyss. Is Abyss going to be an issue? Well, Abyss is not even in the lobby, so there you go. It's not even in the lobby, as he now is up into P7 in this Grand Prix. As now, stroke 8 race. Bit of a moment as Dutchy got a little bit distracted by the driver who's lapped down, possibly, As our Green Goats and Critter go at it again, side by side, these two will go, and Green Goats holds the position, gets it done. And Critter's trying absolute hard to go for this. It's not enough. So 25.4. Oxygen Thief now has to worry about Godly Fireball, who's on the mediums. This is not what Oxygen Thief wants, and has he disconnected? Has he just disconnected? I think he has. Oh dear, that's not great. And that's going to help Oxygen Fireball. This is going to be a big story now if Oxygen Fireball. 0.2 between the top two now. If these two stay up for another few more laps and Oxygen Fireball gets them, boy, could that spice some things up at the top of the order. Someone obviously has just rejoined the session as we watch and see the fog. This could be another change for the lead here at the moment. No, Dutchy got the better run out of the final corner, but he's still got enough. Closes in. Looks to maybe go around the outside. Dutchy's telling him to go around the outside. I'm not going to make it easy for you. Next chance is turn 4. He's got the better run, but is it enough? Dutchy will make it, force him to go around the outside. This will be a great move if he can do it. And Dutchy's going to hold on. No, he has a bit of a slide. That's not what he wants. And the fog will hold him. No, Dutchy comes back at him. And side by side. I'm sorry for missing that. Great game. And Dutchy holds the position. I can't believe that. Dutchy holds the position. That is unbelievable. I should have stayed on board. I do apologise, especially to the two drivers that may watch this back. I do apologise for missing that completely. As Abyss is back in, but Oxygen Thief is not. Hopefully Oxygen Thief can get back in the session, as he'll know he can join off the FormulaOCE account as first penalty in Crack Blue, and with a penalty in Sparky's got a penalty as well. 24.2. These two are going to be, could be, lose the lead here to Godly Fireball. Dutchy is in. No, he's not. He's just moving to the side. What am I talking about? Side by side, these two will go. Does Dutchy find him back? No. Oh, he went too deep. Dutchy goes too deep, and that's cost him. And now he's just got to get back into a rhythm and stay behind the fog. But now he's in a situation where the fog is in the hot position at the moment to decide if he will pit or not. And also Oxygen Thief has just come back online, so he will be back in the lobby very shortly. Great battle here for the lead in this one. But Godly Fireball will get ahead of them. But however, Godly Fireball, I don't think will be able to make it to the end on those mediums. If he did, it would be one hell of an effort. Let me tell you. It'd be one hell of an effort. As now Dutchy, it's 23.7. It's going to be very close out of the pit lane, I believe. As Reptile has gone past Oxygen Thief, who's yet to join the session. As Mamula gets a time penalty. So these two still going out here to show Dutchy won't be able to continue on in the season, because this could be a great battle for the championship between these two. What does Fog do? What does Dutchy do? Or Dutchy? If Fog comes in, Dutchy, you'd come in too. They're both in. So here we go. Oh, he's hit him! That's damage! Oh no! The Red Bulls hit the Fog, and that's race over. That's race over. Oh, it's going to be a good 4-second margin now. Edge is out, goes to the lead. But where does Godly Fireball come out in relation to these two? Dutchy will be praying that Godly Fireball gets out of the fog. There's the fog. He's not going to get ahead of him, but he does get ahead of Dutchy. But these mediums will be very nice indeed for Godly Fireball to attack the fog. And what's even worse for Dutchy now is he's behind Abyss, who's on 12 lap old mediums, and it makes it more difficult for him. And Abyss is defending. Oh, Dutchy, what are you doing, son? Okay. I'm not going to comment on that one. I'm not touching that with a barge pole. And it's Godly Fireball now a second, so Fog might have just gotten away with the win. Unless a safety car can help Dutchy get back into it. That's the only example for it all. Here is Dutchy now. And Abyss now lets him through, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know what was that move. But we'll move on from that anyway. Kruder now is in the pit lane. And so is Elon. So those two come in to the pits. So Dutchy now has... How much time does he need to try to get back in this race? It's basically 8 seconds. So... Didn't need to be aggressive into the pits. Didn't need to. Really didn't need to. That's how things go here at the moment. Green Goats gets past Austrian Feet, but Austrian Feet fights him back. Austrian Feet back in the lobby. Side by side, these two will go. And Austrian Feet, Green Goats goes for an incredible dive on the outside, but it's not going to hold up. And Austrian Feet stays in P7 for the time being. So that was a bit ugly there. But everyone safely goes through here at the moment. Both the McLarens into the lane. It's not been a great race for Little T or Crack Bluen, especially Little T after a great qualifying from him in that car. So 6 seconds now between Godly Fireball and Dutchy. Godly Fireball just does not have the pace out on those mediums, and the Fog now closing up on edge here. The one thing that the Fog does not want is a safety car to come out in between probably about lap 8, probably round up to lap 19, because that's where Edge would want a safety car, because he would come in and be very nicely as our fastest lap goes to Dutchy. So Dutchy now does the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. And now he's going to try to hunt down the Fog if he can. It would be a hell of an effort if he can hunt down the race, soon-to-be race leader. So the question now is what is going to go down here at the moment? Green Goats close it in here on Austrian Thief as well. And it's all happening here at the moment. Between these guys in this race. Battles all up and down the field. As we see here at the moment, Muller gets a time penalty. Eglon closing into this fight as well. Edge has got a time penalty. That will not help him in the latter stages of this Grand Prix. Dutchy now closing right down here on as Stroke Race has had an issue. And it's not been a great night for the Racing Points or the McLarens. It's not been a great night for the both of them, to be honest. As Elon now closes in here on Green Goats. Not enough. But Green Goats has gone for a dive and a half. More like a huge dive. Austrian Thief's not going to be helping with that, because Austrian Thief now has damage. Oh dear. And he records it. That was a Interesting move by Green Goats there. You talk amongst yourselves after that one. A very interesting move. And Austria Thief's got damage. Green Goats doesn't. And Abyss now goes past the left. Abyss was now on the hard tyres. Just want to see if anything goes down here because Austria Thief, I believe, has damage. The game will show me properly. No. He does not have damage, I believe. No, yes, he does have damage, excuse me, so... yeah. And then plate there. Edge is now in and might be the mediums here. So Edge couldn't make it to the soft route and he's gone the mediums. He's possibly losing time and he's not waiting for a possible safety car. This could get ugly here between these two. Austria Thief's not happy, but he's come in anyway. So, Reptile in and he's going the sauce. Reptile basically needs to try to get some points here tonight if he possibly can. So the podium right now is looking like, to me, Fog from Dutchy from possibly Edge. But it depends how those mediums goes the next 3 or 4 laps and what he can do compared to Kruder in P4, who's doing very nicely in the Renault here at the moment. Elon could be in a good spot later on. Reptile's going to be looking for a fast lap. He's P10. As the little T does the fast lap of the race, showing the pace that he would have had. So it's 7.37, around 7.3 seconds, 7.4 between Dutchy and the Fog. And unless a safety car or a mistake from the Fog happens, it will be a win here for the Fog. But there is still 12 to go, and there's still many more laps to go in this Grand Prix to worry about. So Edge now 0.8 behind Kruder. And we've got Dillagaff and Sparky here. Let's see what these two can do. Actually, we'll go on ball with Edge here because this is full position. Kruder's not made it easy for him. He defended the best he possibly could, and Edge now basically in P3. But however, in the story of all this is that it's the margin between Edge and Godley. I'd say Godley Fire will come in on softs, and could Edge have to worry about Godley Fireball at the end of this one. Broken Reptile moves up to P9 as Mamula comes into the pit. And I'd say we'll see Godley Fireball possibly come in soon for either set of the mediums or soft tyres. But remember, Edge has the time penalty, so it's going to be interesting to see here what happens and what goes down here in this fight for the race. Now Sparky and Mamula go at it here. It's actually a three-way battle here for P12. Dillagaff, Sparky and Mamula. These three absolutely going at it here, hammer and tongue. Oh, Mamula has a little slight moment. And now Sparky now will be trying to move his way back up into the pack. Trying to get his way up through Sparky, trying to get past Sparky for P13. It's just fast up the race 29.5. So if I'm Godley, I'm thinking about pitting here soon, unless he's going to try to somehow get to the end of this race, which is unfathomable little ball. So not much going down here at the moment. It's pretty much the battle for P13 as Reptile has fast up the race 28.5. It's pretty much the battle up front here at the moment. This battle here for P13 between Sparky and Mamula. Sparky will have DRS's Muckpin and Austria Thief. What is going on here? What has just happened? I think his car's disconnected. Yeah, his car's disconnected there. Okay. Mamula now Yeah, his car disconnected there. That was... Oh, it's spread Xing, yeah. Austrofish's car's been taken over by an alien. As you can see right there. So Mamula now. Sparky. Oh, Sparky's gone. That's a spin for Sparky. He goes around. And the Haas driver spins in this one. Austrofif, of course, taken over by an alien. Godly Fireball still stays out. Margin between him and Edge is about 10 seconds. But, as you can see there, 3 seconds, if he can get within 3 seconds of Edge towards the end of this race, who knows? Who knows as Mamula gets another time penalty. So Dutchy now 0.8 behind Godly Fireball here. Come up to 10 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Alright, we're back on. Let's watch here Mamula now. Mamula now DRS, but Dilgaf has DRS on Muckpin. That's his issue here. Won't be able to get the move done here. And for these three, it's just a battle for pride here at the moment. Dilgaf has a slight moment. He could go for the move here on Muckpin. It's a hell of a move. Gets it done. And Dilgaf with a great move. And oh, that was ugly between Mamula and Muckpin there. That was very ugly between those two. And if I was Muckpin, I'd be a little bit frustrated with that one. And Mamula's almost hit the back of Dilgaf. Wow. So all happening up and down the field here at the moment. As now Dutchy now 0.4 behind Godly Fireball, who I feel like right now is... He'll be possibly pitting for softs, I'd say, at the end of this lap. As Dutchy now looks to go around the outside, Godly Fireball does not fight it. So it's either he will be in this lap or next lap, Godly Fireball, or he's going to try to go the Arnold Sauce. But he will have to deal with Cruder, Eagle-Eye, and maybe Green Goats as well. So Edge, pretty much at the moment, could get a podium, but Cruder, 2.5, if Cruder could stay with him, stay within that 3 seconds, he could get a podium. Renault driver could very well get a podium. That's one to watch. Little T and Muckpin go at it here, and Little T now moves up into P13. So P13 now for Little T. So we move back up through the field here. Dutchy goes past, I believe that's stroke race. Yes, it is. So it's 8 seconds between first and second. We're deprived of a fight for the win here. After Dutchy went a bit too deep into the pit lane, hit the back of the fog, and it's pretty much cost him this race as Godly Fireball comes into the pits. Is Godly Fireball Australian? That was interesting. I swear he just speed right. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. Okay. Pit assist is on in this. Okay. I won't judge. But that helps. Yeah, okay, I won't judge because I don't want to lose my job. As Sparky gets a time penalty. And Mamula now has lost that margin of Dilgaf. So Dilgaf is P11 and he might try to see if he can catch up to the back of Austrofix. So as I said, yeah, close to Elon here. It's probably only going to be a P... His best chance is probably only a P5, maybe a P4. But it's 8 seconds between Elon and Cruder. So it's going to be very tough for Godly Fireball to really be back in that pack. So let's go through the field here on lap 22. Come up now to lap 23 as the fog will cross the line now. It's the fog on top by 8 seconds. Dutchy P2, Edge P3, Cruder P4, Elon P5, Godly Fireball P6, P7 for Grey Goats, P8 for Abyss. Reptile, after being caught up in all that drama at turn 1, P9. Oxygen Thief in P10. Dilligaff has now could lose the position in Momula here, so Momula's actually caught back up here to the South African. Little T in P13, Muckpin, Sparky, Crack Bluin, and Stroke Race. Amazingly, we've not had a DNF in this Grand Prix at all. Not one. Amazing. Well, we had about 3 or 4, I think, in Australia. So, incredible, isn't it? And we've not had a retirement at all. As we watch Abyss now looks for the move here. Turn 4 on Green Goats, and he gets it done. So, Abyss now, but Green Goats fights him back. No, he does not. He doesn't get the run there. Momula now with Dilligaff. These two not close enough. And now Godly Fireball's got it done on Elon. And it looks like he's got that done at turn 8. So 8.2 seconds to get to Kruder. Kruder's now 3.1. So Kruder needs Edge to get another time penalty here. It just got another warning, so if you get 6 seconds, you never know. So Godly now will be hoping those soft task goes advantage, but if he keeps doing that, that's not going to help him. That's just not going to help him. It's 8.8 seconds out between the top two. They're pretty much settled. Edge is just hoping to keep that 3-second range between him and Kruder. And Kruder will be keeping an eye on the time between him and Godly Fireball for P4 and P5 in this Grand Prix. And Godly Fireball now will get to the back here of Stroke Race, who's a lap down. As not much is happening here at the moment. 2.5 now between Edge and Kruder, so those hearts are now starting to get into play here. Kruder Karma looking like a possible podium here due to Edge's penalty. And look at this now, Little T's getting this fight. Momula looks like he's gone a bit too deep there. And Dilligaff, oh dear, Dilligaff gets a time penalty as well. Little T could get the both of them here in this race. As we're closing up here on 5 to go. And the Fog will win this unless the safety car happens in the next 2 laps, which you never know. You never know, it could happen. Kruder now. 2.3 seconds. Right up on Edge. 6.3 between Godly Fireball and Kruder. I think it's too little too late for the Mercedes. It will possibly be a P5, which is a great result. Oh, Sector 2, who is that? No, it's not Stroke Race, it's Sparky. And if that causes a safety car, boy oh boy, what are the floodgates open? Godly Fireball would be in a great position. But compared to the margin right now, well, 25.1, so he wouldn't get ahead of the Fog and Dutchy, but boy, boy, the safety car came out. Wow. As there's the margins at the moment. 9.27 seconds. This Little T now has gone past Momula. And Little T now P12 and most likely going to be P11 due to Dilligaff's time penalty. Reptile still at now on 7-lap-old Sauce. Trying to get up to this pack of Green Goats. Well, it's not a pack actually. It's just Green Goats up ahead of him. And it's 1.8. Those mediums are gone for Edge. And this is what Godly Fireball would want, is these two to battle hard and get Godly Fireball in this fight. So we could be in for a showdown here for P3. At the moment, Kruder's in the hot seat. He's in the pole position here to get that podium. However, he doesn't need to pass him. He doesn't need to pass him. As Kruder, he doesn't need a pass Edge. He really doesn't. 4.8 seconds. Crack Blue and gets a time penalty. Again, not a great night for the McLarens. All the racing points here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. 10 seconds between Dutchy and the Fog. No real difference. Edge is using a shit ton of ERS here, trying to hold off Kruder, and Kruder might have made a mistake actually. It was 1.5 seconds and now it's back to 2.7. 4.1 between Godley and Kruder. So it's going to be game on here in these last 3 laps. No, it's not. Godley has... Oh, I thought he was about to crash, but he's held on to it. It's a 5-second penalty. That's a little bit unfair. He spun. The game was a bit unnice there to him. And there goes a possible podium for Godley Fireball. Kruder breathes a sigh of relief. And now Kruder, all he has to do is just bring it home under the 3-second mark, and he's on the podium. Big stroke race. I was just letting cars through. 3 laps to go, and the fog can celebrate now because there won't be a safety car after this point. The safety car will go in the garage and be done for the day. Mamula's out. Wow. I'll tell you what, who'd be breathing a sigh of relief, it would be... There's Mamula right there, he's crashed. But his sigh of relief would be the fog, because if that was the lap before that happened, it could have very well been a safety car, and it could have turned this race upside down. So 3 to go. 2.2 between Edge and Kruder. And it's looking like right now it's going to be a Kruder Karma podium for him. Renault will get on the podium. And Kruder, great result here for the Red Bull driver. Sorry, not Red Bull driver, the Renault driver, God. And he will be happy with that. Sector 2. Don't know. Don't know what happened there. Green Goats gets a time penalty. And he'll be worried because he's got Reptile creeping up on him here on 9-lap old softs. So Reptile will be closing down here. The Haas driver here for this position. He's already got the position, of course, because Reptile has not got a penalty, but Green Goats does. Sector 2. Did the AlphaTauri have a moment? He might have. He may have had a moment, I do not know. As we've got 2 to go. Fog leads over Dutchy. Edge in 3rd and Kruder in P4. And we're about to come to the end of this Grand Prix here right now. Reptile, we'll keep an eye on this battle here because it's the closest battle on track. Does he get close? He's not close enough. But he doesn't need to pass him, that's the thing. Reptile doesn't need to pass Green Goats here. Because it doesn't really matter. Due to Green Goats' penalty. And we'll go back up to the front. The fog is about to start the final lap of this Bahrain Grand Prix. After an incredible battle between him and... Has Reptile had a moment? I think he has. 1.2 seconds, maybe those softs are just dead. Oh, Edge is gone. Oh, Edge has spun. He wasn't going to get the podium anyway. Is that a flat? I don't think it would be. No, it wouldn't be a flat tyre. Has he got damage from that spin at turn 12, 13? I think he hasn't because he's continued on. But that's basically going to give... No, it's actually not because Godleyfire's got a 5-second penalty, remember. He might get that taken off though, and I probably think... Honestly, I think he should. If you watch this back, Godleyfire, I think you should get that time penalty taken off because it was a little bit unfair because you did spin and couldn't control it. But up the front, the fog is about to win this Grand Prix. After 29 laps, a lot of pressure from Dutchy behind, but Dutchy's mistake in the pit lane has cost him. And this will give the fog his first win of the season here in Formula OCE. Australian Thief gets a time penalty as coming around the last few corners now. It is going to be a victory here in the Bahrain Grand Prix. Abyss looks like he's spun. That's going to give Green Goats and Breaker Reptile an extra position. And around the last corner now, the Fog will win the Bahrain Grand Prix and takes it out here for AlphaTauri. Dutchy will come across the line here for P2 in a matter of seconds. Yeah, gets it done in P2. Kruder's going to get P3. A great drive for the Renault driver. Kruder Karma gets P3. And he'll be happy with that one. Godly Fire's going to get P4 anyway, so he doesn't need to take the 5 seconds off. Or will he? Yep, so he doesn't need to take the 5 seconds off anyway. Elon gets up into P5. Here comes Green Goats now. Crosses the line, and it's going to be P7, but it will be P8. Reptile will get P7, and Abyss will now cross the line. Let's see where Abyss goes. And Abyss now moves up into P9. Oxygen Thief P10. And we will invite our top 3 drivers right now to the party. And so the last driver to cross the line now will be Mark Pin, and that will be it for the Bahrain Grand Prix after a very intense one, to say the least. I didn't see who the driver was there, but there we go. That is a very interesting race, to say the least. And I don't think our race winner wants to join us. He might be gun shy, but we'll go for the results, and then we'll talk the third and second if our race winner joins. He joins. If he doesn't, he doesn't. There's the results, and it was a interesting one, to say the least. Broker Reptile P7, Edge managed to keep P6, but Fog wins, Dutchy second, Kruder gets P3, and there's the rest of the field. So we'll start off here, podium interviews. P3, our Renault driver, Kruder, talk us through it. It was a... Had to keep that margin under from Edge up ahead because Edge had a time penalty, but he spun anyway, so P3, and well done.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was down to luck. A couple of boys ahead was spinning out. I just had to follow Edge through. He had a bit of pace and hards. I had to stay with him in goats, and then through the pits, I managed to jump Edge. He came back around me, and then I just had to stay with those 3 seconds.
Yeah, managed to get in that 3 seconds, but Edge spun anyway. And, but Godly Fireball, but were you a little bit worried about Godly Fireball behind the Stoss maybe catching up? Or was that not really phased?
I mean, a little bit. He's got pace, but then I felt like his Stoss was just going to die for the end. I didn't think he was going to push it too hard. But it wasn't really, it was always in the back of my mind. I was just kind of looking forward on Edge, trying to stay at that 3 second.
Yeah, well, he did have an almighty crash spin there, Godly Fireball. But yes, well done on P3. And Dutchy P2, talk us through it and talk us through that bottle in the pit lane.
So yeah, I bottled it in the pit lane, which is probably no news to anyone. I just ran up the backside of Fog, and they had to change me front wing in the pit lane. I was like, damn it. I was coming in a bit too hot. But other than that, I don't know whether you caught it or whether you saw it, but me and Fog battling in the first and second sector, side by side through the S's. That was good. We gave each other enough room, and I respected him and he respected me, which was good.
I did see bit of it, but unfortunately the game didn't give me the right angle. So
yeah. It was really good to drive, and to be honest, it was really fucking hard because I'm on controller, so yeah. But nah, I wasn't really like when he took off after the pit stops. I kind of sat in second and was like, yeah, this is probably where I'm going to be from the end of to the end of the race. But yeah, I was just pretty happy with P2. My last race in F1 Wednesday, so pretty good points for Red Bull.
indeed. Well, there it is. And that's Bahrain Grand Prix done. Thank you to second and third for joining us. And we'll see you all next week, next Wednesday night. Same time as always. And yeah, goodbye for now.